maximum power transfer theorem. So, in this theorem already I mentioned different conditions. If we will know the load resistance, then if we will know the source impedance, if we will know the load resistance, then how to find out when the maximum power will be transferred. Now, in this problem we do not know what is the load, resistance or inductance, or in AC it happens that due to some reason that load resistance or impedance may change. So, this that's why we can consider that we don't know this load resistance, and we have to find out when the maximum power will be transferred. So, the steps are that we will follow the Thevenin's theorem. So, what we have to find out? First we have to find out what is the Thevenin's equivalent resistance impedance, right. So, first we will short circuit this path because it is a voltage source. Now, the question is that how to find out. So, we will see from this side. So, we can see, if we will see from this side, so what we can get, that if we will see in this side, so we can see that these two are parallel. So, we can find it out and we can get that 10.67 plus J8 ohm. This is known to you. Now, next is that find out VOC. So, we can find out what is the current flowing through this path and the current into this inductor. We can find it out. That means this ohm. We can find it out. Though we know that its pure inductor is not possible, and practically pure inductor is not possible. So, some resistance is present. So, we can say that there is a heat dissipation and there is a drop. So, we can consider that here is a drop is now this ohm into this current flowing through this path. So, this is the VOC, and VOC is equal to 13.33 angle 90 degree volt. Now, what is the ZL to send the maximum power? So, now we have seen that Z in, that is equal to 10.67 plus J8 ohm. So, ZL should be the ratio, we have to take the complex conjugate. Okay. So, complex conjugate of this term is 10.67 minus J8 ohm. Now, we are getting this load, we are taking that if the load impedance is this one, that means 10.67 minus J8 ohm, then the maximum power will be transferred. Now, what will be the maximum power? That is VOC by 4 RL, the same formula which we have used in DC network. So, what is RL? RL is now 10.67. So, this is the 4.7163 watt, and we will take the magnitude, right. The next problem is that find out what should be the value of RL to, so the maximum power will be transferred from source to the load. So, the same way we will find it out. So, first we will see the Z equivalent or that means Z Thevenin's internal impedance. So, we can see that these two are parallel, then this whatever the equivalent will get, these two will be parallel, then this is the again after getting this will be the series. So, the answer is this one, 1.54 minus J 2.282. Next is the question that find it out what is the VOC. So, to find out VOC we have to find out what is the current flowing through this path, right. So, the drop across this we can get the voltage drop. So, this voltage drop will appear here because there is no other source. So, whatever the drop will get it here, that will be that will appear across this AB point, right. So, how to find it out? You can apply mesh method, you can apply nodal method, you can apply current division rule. So if you want to current division rule, how can we apply? You can see that these two are parallel. If we will find out this parallel, then this is series. So we can find out the Z equivalent. So voltage by this Z equivalent will get current. So current will flow through this path. Total current we can get it. Now what amount of current will flow through this path? So to find out this amount of current, so current, total current into opposite resistance by the total resistance, right? So this way we can find it out, what is the current flowing through this path. Next, current into this 5 will get VOC. Another we can find it out here. You can consider that here V is present. So V minus 50 by angle 30 by J4, V by 3, V by 5. So we can find out what is the voltage V. So V by 5 will get the current, and we can get the VOC. Current into 5 we can get the VOC. Another you can go through this the same way, the mesh analysis you know. So you will solve it and you can find it out. What I will suggest you, that you will try these 3 methods, so that in one problem you can do the practice, the different solution method, right? Because sometimes it may happen that you have to apply current division rule, so that case it will help you. Now because several times in reciprocity theorem we have to apply current division rule, so that time you should know if different branches are present, and from the suppose 3 branches are present, then I want to find out current in one branch, then we have to apply suppose their current division rule. Other method if we will apply, this will create a big problem or take big lots of time. That cases you should know how to apply current division rule. So this technique here also applied current division rule. How? 50 angle 30 by this equivalent. So total current is 11.32 angle minus 34.89 degree ampere. Now the total current into the opposite resistance by total resistance, that is the I1 of this path. I1 of this path. Now I1 into 5 is equal to VOC. So I1 into 5, that is equal to VOC. So they have done in a whole thing in one way. So I1 into 5. So what is I1? I1 is total current into the opposite resistance by total resistance. So the answer is 21.225 angle 34.9 degree volt. What I told previously, that whatever the answer is written, whatever the steps are written, that may be wrong. So you will solve step by step and you will check that answer is right or wrong. Okay. So the next is that maximum power, when the maximum power will be transferred, the same way that if we have to, whatever the Thevenin's equivalent we have got, the complex conjugate of Thevenin's equivalent we have to find it out. So what is the Thevenin's equivalent? We have got it here, that 1.54 minus J.22 J2.282. Now, so complex conjugate Z Thevenin's, this one ZL should be 1.54 plus J2.282. So if I'll get ZTH, this one, so in this part real part is 1.54, because we know that there is no drop, we cannot get the drop it here, because we know that inductor and capacitor, whatever the amount it can store, the pure inductor and pure capacitor, whatever the, so in AC circuit, in positive, when the sinusoidal wave is positive, then it can store the energy. Suppose if I will take capacitor, it will charge, that means it will take the energy or store the energy, and in the negative portion, if it is a pure inductor, it will send to the source. So source to load, load to source, the power will be goes from here to here, source to load, load to source, right? So this will happen. So there is no, actually what I want to say, that there is no heat dissipation. So where we can get the drop? We can get the drop only resistor. Okay. So inductor stores energy, capacitor stores energy, there is no dissipation of heat. only heat dissipation occurs in resistance. So, if I take this resistance, we can find out what is the maximum power is transferred. So, VOC square by 4 RL, so we can get 73.13 watt. This is the ultimate answer. So, these two problems already I solved several problems of Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem for dependent, for DC, for AC. AC with dependent source we didn't solve any problem, and we won't solve this problem. If it will be required in your future, if you know nodal analysis, if you know mesh analysis, you know how to handle the dependent source, then you can find it out. Because dependent source problem, Thevenin's theorem, what steps we have followed? We have followed that in Thevenin's theorem to find out jet, what is the impedance ZTH or Zn. So, what we will do, we will first remove the load resistance, then we will find out what is the open circuited voltage, then we will short this path, that means where the ZL is connected, this path will short, and we will find out what is the short circuit current. So, VOC by ISC, VOC by ISC, that means V by I, that can give us ZTH, or we know that ZTH and Zn both are same. Norton's and Thevenin's, the impedance, the circuit impedance are same, and we will see in also two-port network that in practical, if we will apply voltage supply in the input port and if we will supply the other voltage source in the output port, the impedance of the network, whatever the impedance of the network, will find it out. If I will change the voltage source in the supply input and output, we will get the same impedance, because V by I ratio, that gives us a Z. So, if V is changing, that means current will be changed, right. So, V by I ratio will be changed. The V by I ratio will be constant, right, because both are changing and the same fashion. So, in this case also we can see that we can say that Thevenin's and Norton's theorem also, if we can find out voltage, if we can find out the short circuited current V by I, if we will do it, we can get the total impedance of this, that means Norton's and Thevenin's internal impedance of this network. And this theory, this concept we have applied for DC, now we have to apply this concept for AC. So, that is why I am not going to this. And so, reciprocity theorem also solved, problem also we have done, and Millman's theorem also we have solved, and the problems already solved. Now, maximum power transfer theorem, we have seen the different conditions to send. If we know the source and load data, then we can say when the maximum power will be transferred, and if we do not have any idea about load impedance, then we can say that we can take the complex conjugate, and from this we can take the real part where the power will be dissipated. So, we can find out what amount of maximum power will get this in this resistor. Okay.